Welcome to the Positive Pants Podcast. Mindset, motivation and inspiration to help you find your positive pants. It's time to let go of negative thinking, understand why you do what you do and stop the self-sabotage with your host, Fran Excel.
Welcome to the show. As always, it's Fran Excel, your resident subconscious success mentor, helping you find your very own pair of positive pants so you can get out of your own way and live a life that you love. If you want to stop self-sabotaging your own success and let go of the stress, then you are in the right place, my friend. Make sure you download your free Stressed to Success guided meditation at bit.ly/stress to success as my little gift to you just for being here. Please do subscribe, share and review. It really, really helps people that need to hear this message find us, and I so appreciate it. In the show notes, you'll also find details of how you can work with me and where you can get your mitts on my meditations, products, printables, programs. You can find it through the link in my bio on Instagram, which is my favorite place to hang out. So please do come join me over there at I'm Fran Excel. Tag me in your takeaways, slide into my DMs. I'm here for it. So that's the formalities over, my love. So let's jump to the content.
You can't change other people. I said it. I said what I said. It is what it is. This goes for friends, family, spouses, colleagues. If someone doesn't want to change something about their behaviour or their ways of thinking, you can't just get them to. Trying to change other people really does tend to do more harm than good for your relationships too. Just think about it. How do you feel when someone tells you what you should do or think? Does it go well? Does it feel good? We unfortunately, can't fight fire with fire. Dishing out the same behaviour we're trying to avoid in someone else isn't going to work. The people close to us really do have the ability to trigger us very, very quickly. They have their ideas of what's good for us or what we need. And people are always simply trying to operate from their own maps of the world, their perspective. This is kind of where this episode's come from, because some clients have been really struggling with this, with the people who are the closest to you in their lives. And often just a simple comment can be enough to send us into a spiral. You know, don't you think you should just get a proper jobs? How's your little hobby going? Or do you really think that's sensible? You have a family to look after. Or, oh, I could never do that. In a way to suggest that you shouldn't. That you're not really going to make any money from that, are you? Like all the judgment and maybe some criticism and unsolicited advice thrown in for good measure. But you can't change them. I know it sounds slightly hopeless, especially when someone is driving you nuts with their unhelpful comments or behaviour, but that doesn't mean the situation you're not happy with can't change. You can't change them, but you can change your reaction to them and in turn stop the interactions that you don't like from happening. So when you focus on changing yourself, the entire situation can be changed. Turn inwards with curiosity, not judgment. Like asking, what is really bothering me about this situation? What is underneath it? Because it's also worth recognizing why you might want to change that person's way of thinking or behavior. If it changed, what does that give you? What does it take away? What's your agenda in wanting them to change? What is that person's comment or behaviour triggering in you? What are the feelings that bubble up for you? Can you name them? And are they necessarily accurate or true? You've got their unconscious stuff knocking up against your unconscious stuff. So the best way to change that is to firstly notice and recognise it. Notice that their map of the world and yours might not be the same, and that's okay. Notice that they might not have the same information that you do, or have had the same experiences you have. You have to notice what's going on inside of you and the reactions that you're experiencing. This is absolutely not necessarily about admitting a fault. It doesn't mean you're in the wrong. it does mean looking for, accepting and admitting your responsibility. Yeah. Where in the situation can you grab your responsibility for escalating a situation by the proverbial and make a change? This could look like communicating honestly. This could look like taking a deep, regulating breath before you respond. This could look like setting a boundary. This could look like sharing vulnerably and communicating your feelings without blame. We can get attached to how other people need to change. And it's important to remember that it's based on our own perspective of what's good, bad, right, or wrong. Remembering that just because it's our perspective based on our map of the world doesn't necessarily mean it's the right one, in inverted commas, if there ever is such a thing. We've all been there where we want to change something about ourselves, and it's really hard. You have to want to change it. At the end of the day, if it's serving you or it's serving them, it's not going to change, or it's not going to be easy. Because if you don't want to change it, or if the secondary gains you get from the behaviour are stronger than the draw of the change itself, it's not going to happen. So what makes you think that you can do that for someone else? What could be helpful instead that you haven't tried yet? Could that be asking a question instead of reacting in anger? Could it be for asking for clarification? Stating the story that you've created and checking in to see if that it's right and that's what they really meant. Saying, look, the story I've made up in my head right now is this. Is that the case? Give them an opportunity to say, well, actually, no, I understand how you've got there, but that's not what I mean. Yeah. Honest communication. All we can do is take responsibility for ourselves. Take responsibility for our own reactions and responses. Take responsibility for being curious about which buttons the other person might be pressing for us. Take responsibility for our own clear, conscious communication. Take responsibility for finding empathy and understanding for why someone might be doing or saying the things that we want them to change. Yeah? What's their highest positive intention at that moment for themselves or for us? Can we find empathy there? We have way more control over our interactions with others and our triggers than we think. The focus just needs to be on us, not them. So I have a little mantra for you that I recently gave to some clients when they were fed up with other people's opinions on what they're doing. And I hope it serves you too. Their stuff is not my stuff. Their truth is not my truth. Their opinion is not my opinion. I know my own mind and I know what's right for me. So I hope that helps.
So if you got value from this and you know in your gut that now is the time to step up and start rewiring your thinking and start changing things for yourself, then join the Positive Pants Toolkit app and community so you can work out what needs to happen to get you from where you're at right now to the action-taking success you know you can be. And if you want my eyes and ears on your problems, then I work with people one-on-one and through my programs. You can find all the details to join the toolkit or book in a call in the show notes, the link in my bio on Instagram, and on my website, franexcel.com. So stop waiting for if and when and choose to change things now because you can. I'm here to believe in you when you